Hello, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world, and welcome to this Superliminal Games YouTube video. Decided I was going to make a YouTube video this week because when we stream, which we do a lot, twitch.tv/superliminalfilms, you can see it right down below me, we mostly play limited. And I am not historically a limited specialist, though streaming with Max is making me, I think, better at it, and it's at least giving me a lot of lessons to learn. But predominantly, I am a constructed player. And with Arena, constructed being what it is, nope, it's over that way. Arena, down that way. I want to try to get into playing some more standard. And so with that in mind, this video is going to be a bit of a run through, very close to, though I couldn't build the deck exactly, the mono green deck that has played at the Pro Tour most recently and also all over several events before then. So things I've made somewhat concessions for from other lists that I've seen. I have more Thrashing Brontodon's main board than some of the lists I've seen. I have the Nissa Vital Force main board, and mostly that's because I do not have the rare wild cards, as you can see, to make 4 green belt Rampagers, and have been trying to play a little bit of catch up. So, not quite the meta deck, but close. And we'll play a quick constructed queue here for this video to see how it goes. Let's go ahead and jump in the old quick constructed, mono green. Let's see what we can do. I feel like this deck is actually pretty well matched up against a lot of what's going on in the format, unless we end up against the blue-white turns control deck with Nexus of Fate et al, because that's a really bad matchup for pretty much anybody. It's a heavy control deck. Alright, so we have Forest, 2 Woodland Cemeteries, Thorn Lieutenant and Scrapheap Scrounger coming down on 2, Brontodisi on 3. I feel like this is probably a keep on the play because it allows us to develop one of our strong 2-drops. Obviously, being able to go 1-drop, 3-drop with a Llanowar Elf is what we really want, but I'll take this because it's still pretty good. Give our opponent the hello. See what they're up to. Come on, Saberice. What do you got? Ideally, what we're looking to draw here is probably a 3-drop. So maybe a 4-drop or a piece of ramp, or Galta would be nice because we have such power. Hashep Oasis is none of those things. I'm going to go ahead against black, which says to me it's probably black-red or black zombies. I'm going to go ahead and develop the Thorn Lieutenant, because if they try to remove it, it will leave behind a dude. Fatal Push, and it leaves behind a 1/1. I call that value. Okay, and now there's Scrapheap Scrounger. So on 3, we will go ahead and attack with the Elf, because that Scrapheap Scrounger ain't blocking. And then we will play a Brontodisi, because kills Scrapheap Scrounger pretty well. So thing I'm hoping to dodge here, since it looks like they may be mono black, is Dreadshade. Because actually not great against that card. I'm going to go ahead and combat here. I'm going to combat with both because we have the Blossoming Defense. If they want to get saucy and block the Elf. Nope. Oh, no blocking. Right, Scrapheap Scrounger doesn't block. Aha. That's why we're getting saucy. Scrounger of our own. And another Thorn Lieutenant. And really set up to pressure them next turn because we have the Blossoming Defense, and we just have 9 coming in here with the nothing that they can block. You know, we're a little vulnerable right now to a piece of removal because we don't have Blossoming Defense up, but next turn we can keep up Blossoming Defense and Hashep Oasis. So we can actually represent quite a lot of damage. Alright, Liliana.
Care to meet my backup?
Liliana, Untouched by Death, notably mills and gains them life if one of the cards milled is a zombie. which it was. They've milled Death Baron, Liliana's Mastery. Okay, I get it. No blocks, we'll take 3. And so we will use... We'll save the Hash Up. We'll use the Brontodon and the Thorn Lieutenant to kill Liliana and get him for 4. It protects their life total a little bit, but now we have Blossoming Defense up as counter for any removal they might have, and we have the ability to activate the Brontodon if they play another artifact that we want to deal with, and we still have 9 points of damage on the board. Okay, Gravedigger. Gonna get back a Death Baron, which they cannot cast this turn. They can cast a Diagraph Ghoul, but that doesn't block, so I'm here for it. Scrounge away. Okay, another land. I'm going to swing with everything. If they don't block the Elf Warrior, and we don't have to Blossoming Defense, we'll make the Thorn Lieutenant a 6/7. Okay, they're going to block the Thorn Lieutenant, which is still fine. Alright, opponent is in not the greatest position because what they don't know is we can Blossoming Defense anything to push in 2 more points of damage. And they have to involve 1 more creature to really make this combat actually worthwhile for them. Okay, Lord of the Accursed. That's a real... We're in a real racing situation now. Okay, another Brontodon. So, once again, we'll send the team. Because we're in a situation where they have to block a bunch of different things, or they will die. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and Blossoming Defense the Elf Warrior to trade with the Death Baron. And activate the Thorn Lieutenant so that we can kill the Diagraph Ghoul. And put opponent at 3 with 3 power on the board. So this is definitely a resource fight, and unfortunately their stuff can come back from the graveyard, but if they don't have a creature to block with here, well, they can... if near Deadlands, but it would cost them their turn. So we'll see what they do. Because even if near Deadlands, we can establish the Brontodon, which, as we discussed, blocks the Scrap Heap Scrounger very well, and bring back the Scrap Heap Scrounger. Okay. Got a Diagraph Ghoul. Okay, we have a Vine Mare. Vine Mare is very good against them because it creates unblockable situations. So I think what we're gonna do: exile a Thorn Lieutenant, get a Scrap Heap Scrounger back, and develop a Vine Mare. Because, yeah, Vine Mare is unblockable. Unblockable and hexproof. As long as the last card in their hand is not a Lord, which it isn't, we take the game. No blocks. Give him a bit of the rub-ins. Boom. Alright, well, that's one down. Mono black, not a deck I'm really used to facing. Actually, not a lot that I'm used to facing, but mono black definitely not a deck I'm used to facing, so that felt kind of good. It was a little weird there for a moment where I thought we might end up in an odd situation, because they definitely had the ability to bring back a lot of their graveyard, but our stuff was just bigger, and our combat math worked out a little bit better. So, once again, we face someone using the Karn avatar. Okay, this hand has no early action, so we are going to go ahead and mulligan it from the play, because it can't cast anything except Blossoming Defense, and I don't want to be that reactive, because there's nothing to cast it on. Okay, opponent also on the mulligan. Alright, this one does cast a Steel Leaf Champion or a Thrashing Brontodon on turn 2, assuming they don't answer the Llanowar Elf. I'll keep it. This is one of the situations where Blooming Marsh is pretty strong. I'm actually going to bottom this horse because we still need one more mana, and we have one. So, really hoping to draw a green mana source, an untapped green mana source that is not Hash Up Oasis, because that way we can get there without having to take any damage. Even though I'm fine taking one off the Hash Up Oasis to cast a Steel Leaf Champion on turn 2, because, ooh, the power. Opponent leading on a Zhalfirin Void, which says to me opponent is probably either the Sai Storm deck or some sort of control deck. Either one, I think we're in a position to race by dropping a Steel Leaf Champion on turn 2. Especially because we have the main deck Brontodons that not every version of this list is running main deck, which is a really good answer to that. Okay, opponent on one land. So I'm going to go ahead and turn this Steel Leaf Champion sideways, play out a third land, and cast a Vine-Mare. This one may end pretty quickly. Opponent bottomed their Mulligan Scry and bottomed their Zhalfirin Void Scry. So, alright, it's an Ornithopter. We know they're playing the side deck, and they just didn't get there. So, George is just lucky, I guess. I'll take the second win, though, especially because it gives me my 15 wins pack for the week. Grixely Bear. That's a lion. Can't fool me, that's no bear. That's a lion. Alright, so we are on the draw this game. We've played 3 opponents and all of them have been a different constructed rank. Alright, what do we got? Well, it casts turn 2 Scrap Heap Scrounger or Thorn Lieutenant, turn 3 Steel Leaf Champion, all of which are good things in light of Galta. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to leap the Scrap Heap Scrounger because anything to make Galta cheaper, I'll keep it away. Give the opponent a hello. Hey, we got the hello back. Nice. Okay. Leading on island always makes me concerned. Alright, now we're going to skip right over turn 2 and go right to turn Steel Leaf Champion. And then on turn 3, assuming we still have the elf, we can play both of these. Blackblade Reforged. Well, I don't know what the opponent's doing, but I like it. Like the cut of your jib, opponent. Chief of the Foundry. Okay, we are just casting artifacts. So, but that Chief of the Foundry cannot block my Steel Leaf Champion. And we will have a Ghalta on tap for next turn, almost no matter what. And a 12-12 with Trample will end this game out pretty darn quick. Padim! Can you keep control the artifact? Oh! You can draw extra cards. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and cast the Ghalta now, just in case. Play out this forest. And I'm just going to attack with the Steel Leaf Champion because neither of those things can block it. We'll end turn. I probably should have developed the Thrashing Brontodon because we can just smash past the opponent next turn. But even if they... Okay, so they're going to equip up Padim, which is going to make him a 5/8, which is still not going to be enough, even with the Chief of the Foundry, to block Ghalta. Well, block and kill Ghalta. It is enough to where we are only going to attack with Ghalta, but Ghalta is still probably going to be enough. Yeah, we probably could have flunged there, because they have to block Ghalta when they die. Or they just don't block Ghalta and they die. Alright. Off to a pretty quick 3-0 here. Not a bad start, not a bad start. I mean, 12-12 with Trample is sometimes very difficult to deal with, so sometimes you just turn them sideways and smash. Oh hey, it's Chandra. Chandra, Jaya's protege. Alright, what do we got here? Well, we're on the play. It casts turn 2 Scrap Heap Scrounger. If we draw a land, we're pretty set for 3 drops. I don't love this, but it has a Ghalta and a bunch of high-powered creatures, so I'm going to go ahead and keep it. Turning creatures sideways is very key to our game plan, so let's hope we can draw a land. We have two shots at a land in order to get Steel Leaf or Brontodon developed on turn 3. An opponent on that Fanatical Firebrand, aggressive life. Opponent going to do lots of damage to us. So Ghalta and Vinemare are going to be big keys here. Ghalta because it's just big enough to block anything they have, and Vinemare because they can't kill it. Okay, Ronus. My name is Ronus. That was our first whiff on finding that third land. Will we whiff a second time? Hey, it's the Bomat Courier. You know what's under the Bomat Courier, right? His package. Yeah, okay, we'll take 2. We ain't blocking with Scrap Heap Scrounger, so we'll take 2. Does opponent have a 1-mana post-combat play? Shock out the Scrounger. Okay. Off it goes, and hey, we didn't hit the third land. Well, punished. And this is very much a deck that could punish us quickly for this, so here's hoping. This is going to be a death by 1,000 cuts. I can just feel it already. I can just feel it already. Oh, carries out. Okay, Hash Up Oasis. Well, we're going to take damage, but we can at least cast a creature. A creature that blocks everything on the board pretty well. Or it's going to get lightning struck right down out. No. I mean, I think I'd rather the 3-power thing than the 5-power thing get killed. But the fact that we're going to go to 8 next turn, and there is inevitable... Or no, sorry, we're not going to go to 8. We're going to go to 6 next turn just to cast the Steel Leaf Champion unless we draw a green source. Which, if we draw a green source, or if we draw anything, I'm probably going to cast... No, green source. Probably going to go ahead and cast Vinemare. But I still don't know if we can exactly beat it. This is sort of the swings and roundabouts of this deck. We saw last game I played a turn 5 for 4, turn 4 Galta, and this game it's turn 4, turn 5, and we about to be turn 5, and we've cast 1 creature. 2 creatures. We did cast Scrackleaf Scrounger. Yeah. So we have to go to 6 to cast a creature that can block. And then we'll take 3 and go to 3. This is bad juju. We might just be dead here, but we have to try it. Because actually we go to 2, because we don't want to block Ragavan. We want to block and kill one of the creatures that are on the board. And just any piece of direct damage from their hand is just going to flick us right in the face until we can't move anymore. For a deck that runs 4 Llanowar Elves and 24 main deck land, we are definitely not seeing them this game. And there's Hazoret for the game. Because that puts us to 1 and then they untap. What? They didn't... Well, I mean, it doesn't just kill us right out. They have to attack, but if they just plunged... Yeah. Oh, we're out of it there. Mono Red did the Mono Red thing. What can I say? What can I say? Alright, 3-1. 3-1, let's rally. Rip off another 4 wins right quick. Bam, 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 bam. Buttercuts with the Tezzeret avatar. Interesting, not one I see very often. Okay, bunch of lands, Llanowar Elves, and 2 Galta. I'll take it. Because it still eventually casts Galta. It's halfway to Galta right here, just in our hand. Any creature plays really well off of this. Give our opponent the old hello. It's one of those decks where you telegraph what you're doing right off the jump. Okay, opponent also telegraphing what they're doing. No blocks. Tomato. Oof, that was the last card I wanted to see. So we'll attack 2. We're going to see the opposite problem that we had last game with the deck this game. Ugh, Scrounger. Alright, something with 4 toughness. Coming at me. Please. Okay, Nissa Vital Force. Cannot cast her this turn, but we can next turn off of this Llanowar Elf. So we'll go ahead and attack with the Elf again. Because making 5/5s with Nissa seems pretty good. Also, forcing opponents to play a Planeswalker minigame always feels good. No, Soulscar. Okay, Tomato. Five at us, go to 13. Alright, opponent. Anytime now. You can deal combat damage anytime now. I have no effects. None effects whatsoever. Oh boy. Opponent, where'd you go? Hope they didn't DC. Nope. Okay. Hey, the really nice thing about Nissa is tapping a land, untapping with the +1 to make it a 5/5 makes Galta very castable.
Behold, nature's true power.
Come on, opponent, what do you got? Okay. No attacks, because now we got a real nice blocker on our hands. Opponent really looking like they want to cash in their hand for some tomato cards, which I can understand. I've played a lot of red, and there is a time when you look at your hand and you go, this doesn't do much. Maybe 3 blank cards are better than, or 3 unknown cards are better than whatever this is. Okay, so this is telegraphing a removal spell pretty hard, but I kind of have to protect. I protect, I attack, I block the Scrap Heap Scrounger. Nope. Did not have the removal spell. Alright. They have the shock, they can kill the forest, which would be annoying, but... Oh, they had... Land in hand. Yikes. So trading 3 lands for 4 cards seems pretty alright. Okay, and they'll bring back a Scrounger. Alright. Okay, we may be on the... And another tomato. Okay, there's a Hash-Up.
Rise, my elemental friend.
So, we're blocking pretty well now. So much so that I don't mind attacking with this 5/5 land. It's just going to eat a Bomat Courier, but keeping cards off the table is pretty good here. Nope, did not eat a Bomat Courier. Alright. So now we're 13 all, and we have several much better blockers. Okay, Nissa and Chandra, doing the Nissa and Chandra things. Chandera.
Let's do this. Stop, drop, and roll won't help you, buddy.
Okay, kills that. Okay, so there's no sequence of blocks that allows me to save Nissa here because we got greedy pushing in the damage last turn. But what they don't know is our Hash-Up Oasis. Oh, no, they're dead anyway because that's 13 power right on the board. So we're just going to take a Soulscar Mage off the board.
Let us talk of peace.
Lose Nissa.
Not underestimate my fortitude.
And play a Hash-Up Oasis, and opponent scoops. Alright. I mean, we had him there anyway. We had him exactly there based on what it was. And then Hash-Up coming down. So, Galta, once again, Galta. Very good. Alright. 4-1, feeling alright. 3 more to play, 3 more to play. Pandemic Penguin. I think I've played this person before. Name sounds familiar. Alright, goes Llanowar Elf into Thorn Lieutenant, first cast on Greenbelt Rampager, so I will take it. Still don't know if I love Greenbelt Rampager because I'm not... I did not mean to mulligan that hand. Well, this still does something, and okay. Alright, so we're just going to pretend that that first hand wasn't great, and hope that the misclick doesn't kill us. Oh, we got the hello first! Hello. Nice. Well done. So we'll go ahead and get the first cast of the Greenbelt Rampager out of the way. We cannot pay 2 energy. We'll get Scrap Heap Scrounger out there because that way if they counter it, we can get it back later. Combat with the Scrap Heap Scrounger. And then we will cast the Greenbelt Rampager a second time. Still can't pay, so we'll bounce it and get an energy. Now, we'll cast it a third time. And we've developed a 3/4. Opponent gets... I'm predicting Island. Nope, Swamp. Opponent is Esper. Okay. This may be God Pharaoh's Gift. I am historically not very good against that deck, but let's go ahead and crack him for 6 and see what happens. Oof, we spent a lot of mana on that Greenbelt Rampager. But still feels alright. Because now there's a creature in the yard to fuel the Scrap Heap Scrounger if we need it. Okay. Cast down will play there. And go ahead and attack for 2. And then get this Steel Leaf Champion out there. Opponent playing removal sort of a turn behind when we're playing threats, so... Alright, 4 land, now I'm worried about Settle. I'm always worried about Settle, but... Nope. Just gonna Vraska's Contempt. Okay, opponent on mono removal. So I'll go ahead and attack little Thorny Loots. And bring back Scrap Heap Scrounger. Since opponent's mono removal, I would absolutely love... Oof, the main phase Glimmer of Genius. That is never good. Leaving 2 on top, though, so... Assuming that means they've drawn a land. Aether Hub, opponent brimming with energy. Okay, we got a land. So we'll go ahead and attack for 5. And develop a card they can't remove. Can't target that one, opponent. Now, they can settle it, but they can't target it. Okay, opponent's just going to take the concession. Sorry, Pandemic Penguin. Interested to know what your deck was like. Alright, 5 wins. 2 more. 2 more. Can we go the full 7 winner? As this is my first recorded video, I'd love to go the full 7 wins, but I'll take the 5 too. Kind of, sort of 5 wins is where I consider to be like a good result in a constructed cube. Crashnell, using that Jaya avatar. A person after my own heart. A lover of all things Jaya Ballard. Okay, turn 2 Steel Leaf, turn 3 Vine Mirror, turn 4 Nissa. I like it. Hello, opponent. Ooh, opponent on my mulligan. Okay, opponent also on the Llanowar Elf turn 1 plan. Let's see if they can follow up with a Steel Leaf of their own. Yep, Zalfiran Void, eh? What are we doing here, opponent? Ronus is... Oh! I like it. We'll combat him with a Steel Leaf Champion. Develop this Vine Mare. Next turn we can develop Nissa and swing for 15 if we want to. See what our opponent can do. Steel Leaf of their own. I think I'm okay trading a land or one of my creatures here for their Steel Leaf.
Harness the elements. The land fights for us.
And we'll swing all out. Alright, let's see what the opponent's got here, because I don't foresee 6 points of hasty damage. And it would have to be cast a creature to make, yeah, that kill the Nissa, so... Go ahead, cast another Steel Leaf Champion. Opponent is going to scoop. Alright. Well, opponent was doing very similar things to what we were doing, just with the monument, which is cool. I mean, I dig the Ronus' monument, but we curved pretty well. 1, 3, 4, 5. Alright, 6 wins. Can we get the 7th? We've got 2 losses to give, or 1 loss to give before we get down to the last possible game. So, let's see. Let's see what Sheriar here has got for us. Okay, and what do we got? Blooming Marsh, Hashep, Woodland. Cast Steel Leaf Champion on turn 3, and, pardon me, one of these on turn 2. I'll take it. Hello, opponent. Okay, Sacred Cat. Tokens, you say. Blooming Marsh. Scrap Heap Scrounger. So here's the deal. If next turn has an untapped green source that... Okay, Adorned Pouncer. It doesn't, so... Yeah, you didn't attack, opponent. I'm going to go ahead and attack because if they want, they can kill it with their Adorned Pouncer, but they can't internalize that till 5, so yep. Here we go. Yep, that was the wrong color of mana. Both of those have to tap for green. I'm actually going to play Ronus, because next turn I can play either of the Steel Leaf Champions, and I took 1 for nothing because I changed my mind. Haha. I am not good. Radiant Destiny. Alright, they're giving cats pluses. Yeah, we need to be able to block with Ronus, because Indestructible works really well against the double striking Adorned Pouncer, or they're just going to swing with it. Steel Leaf. And we'll just swing with the Scrounger. Steel Leaf blocks the Sacred Cat very well, and Ronus blocks the Adorned Pouncer very well as well. Indestructible looking pretty good here against opponent's board. Another Sacred Cat, fine. Johnny's Pride Mate. Now that's going to get big fast. Again, glad we have the Ronus. So the other nice thing is the only thing that can block the Steel Leaf champion is the Ajani's Pride Mate. Now, Blossoming Defense could be a real blowout, but nope. And here we go. Cast another Steel Leaf champion. And take one to also cast a Thorn Lieutenant, because the board is decidedly now kind of in our favor. They have the City's Blessing, Regal Caracal. Alright. So opponent's board is enormous. This is interesting. At this point, I'm not entirely certain we can come back from this. Okay. They do have the mana to eternalize the Adorned Pouncer next turn, but the Vigilance is a real bear. Jeez, that's a beating. Yeah, I'll be honest. I don't know if I see us getting out of this one. Keeps trample, right? Yes, it does. Another target creature. Cost 3 to activate that. See what happens. Okay. Jeez. Gaining boatloads of life here. No. End combat. I mean, maybe we should have activated there and given him trample. I don't know. I'm not entirely certain, again, like I said, that there is a way out of this, but maybe. Galta would be nice. The only thing that stacks up a Pride Mate. Just main board, we don't have a lot of answers here. Oof. Yeah, that's a beating. They may have this one. Okay. That helps a little. And get rid of the Radiant Destiny at least. Shrinks their board just a hair. Again, I don't know what that does for us, but it keeps them from having Vigilance, so it makes their attacks a little bit weaker. They had the follow-up. Well, ain't that just Gucci? Think they got us, folks. Yeah. Well. So again, we have 2 activations of the Ronus Trample on Steel Leaf Champion, but now the Pride Mate's big enough, yeah, so they just outgain us, and eventually they swing in when they have more stuff than us. Alright, well, we got 1 game left, no matter how you cut it. We're either going 7 wins, or we're going 6-3. Cat tokens, man. Cat tokens. the best 1,028. Or 100,028. Alright, good hand deck. This is the maximum number of possible games. Alright, 1 into 3. Worked out for us last time. Keep. Hello, opponent. No, opponent is also 1 into 3. Let's hope that Ronus ends up being a better Stonewall. Which was in fact a riot. Okay, opponent doesn't have a 3-drop. Oh, okay, green-black energy. Not exactly the same deck. Stick to the aggressive line. Oh. Really? Ravenous Chupacabra. Someone should have played Ronus. No attacks. End turn. Draw your card. Okay, Jade Light Ranger. Oh, Double Explorer, the Alex Burton Sheeny Invitational card that he didn't even get to make. Reveals a Jade Light Ranger and a Forest. Hey, Adventure Symbols. That lines up pretty nicely when you explore. Another Chupacabra. That's telegraphed as hell. Gonna go ahead and take 4. I do hate how much mana I have to spend to do this, but matches up pretty well against their board. Still doesn't let Ronus attack, which is kind of sad, but it blocks any one of their things pretty well. And thanks to Blossoming Defense, we can... Oh, hey, Blossoming Defense. If they go to Chupacabra it, we Blossoming Defense it, and then we have Ronus on tap to block as well. That's a better line than I suspected I'd be able to get to there. Alright, opponent is stuck. And thereby so are we. Come on, opponent. What 6 mana play are you agonizing over? Hovering your Llanowar Elves, hovering your Aether Hub, okay. Okay, this looks like the Chupacabra that we knew about. And it is. Give it the target. Greenbelt Rampager. Greenbelt Rampager. As hexproof. Ravenous Chupacabra. Powerful, powerful magic card. Okay, Steel Leaf. Now we're getting back in it. Now we're building a wall they can't get around easily. Now Ronus can block. They've already used 2 of their Chupacabras. Oh, yep. Oh, Walking Ballista is a real thing. So part of me wants to attack with the Steel Leaf Champion because we can give it Trample with Ronus and kind of kill anything they throw in front of it, but we're quite vulnerable in the crackback, considering if we do that, all we can do is develop one Thorn Lieutenant. So, I think we're going to not attack again and pop out 2 Thorn Lieutenants. Because now our board is on par in size with theirs in terms of number of creatures, but well ahead of theirs in terms of power and toughness of our available creatures. And Walking Ballista can only do so much against our board. Okay, all the Glint-Sleeve Siphoners, so they will get to draw a card next turn. Which is kind of, we're getting to the place where, alright, here we go. Vine Mare, which cannot be blocked by black creatures. Sadly, they do have the Llanowar Elf and the Jade Light Ranger, but we can at least pump the toughness, or pump the power. The people have the power. Yeah, the Walking Ballista getting bigger is annoying. So I think next turn we have to start swinging stuff. Yeah, okay. Energy's a rough one for us. But we have Blossoming Defense, so... Gonna go ahead and attack with our big boys. Because we can give them Trample, we can give them Hexproof. See what they want to do out of that. And sadly, we'll double Hexproof up the Vine Mare to make sure it survives the combat. Okay, so Walking Ballista is still going to die. And the Trample means if they want to kill some of our other stuff by removing counters, it's going to deal more to them. Oh, going to the face. That might actually... That's probably going to kill us. Because the 3 Glint-Sleeve Siphoners having Menace. Yep. Didn't think about Menace. Menace makes combat math bad. I mean, they are going to take 7 here, but... don't know if we can block enough to survive. Okay, another Constrictor. They go for the Flunge, we're dead. See if they figure that out. Did not think about the Glint-Sleeve Siphoners having Menace. That's kind of a bum game to go out on. That's a shame. So if they only attack with the Glint-Sleeve Siphoners, we're okay. They attack with the team, we're exactly dead. Or actually, we're more than exactly dead. Or no, we're not. We can go to 1. Block everything but the glint sleeve siphoners. Block the larger things. No attacks this turn. Still stumbling on mana is not great. How do they get 3 energy? They already have 2? Okay, a Thorn Lieutenant of their own. Oh no, an Aether Sphere Harvester. Flying is a problem. Yeah, flying is a problem. Flying with lifelink even more so. But the thing is... can a Flunge kill them? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Plunge. As we have the same number of creatures they do, and we can give several of them trample. And trample is the thing that matters here. Yep, Aether Harvester gains lifelink, that's annoying. Blockers. That's how they're going to block. Okay. We block every... no, leaves one unblocked. We'll kill the Winding Constrictor first. That's off that Thorn Lieutenant, so we'll activate... there. Colorless. Green. Green. That's still not actually going to kill it. Yep. But... oh, really? 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 Wow. Okay, I mean... yeah. Sometimes they rip Rishkar off the top. Well, that's kind of a disappointing way to go out on the end of that video, but I'll take a 6 winner, especially because we're still learning the deck. 800 gold, Unesh, Solemn Recruit, and Sanctum Spirit. Great piece of Null's art. You know, not great, but we didn't earn a pack, so we'll open a pack, because we played an event, and we'll get a Runic Armasaur, another card I'm not entirely certain is all that great, but hey. We got it. Alright, everybody. Thanks very much for hanging out. Check us out. All the links down there below. Specifically, I want to highlight the one right there in the middle, twitch.tv/superliminalfilms. We're there every Sunday night at 8 o'clock Eastern or thereabouts, and several scattered nights throughout the week. Goodbye, everybody.